I have a question for you guys. Do you guys think Dllian Whyte will ever achieve his goal of becoming a heavyweight champion? Dllian Whyte has been wanting to become a champion for a while now. He's currently calling out Tyson Fury. He wants to face Tyson Fury because obviously Tyson Fury is the WBC champion. Prior to Tyson Fury, he was calling out Deontay Wilder for a long time. He also was calling out Anthony Joshua, who obviously was the champion. Even when Andy Ruiz won the belts, he was calling Andy Ruiz out. So he's had this ambition and goal to become a champion for a while now. Now, Dllian Whyte has been a pro now for 12 years. He turned pro in 2008, and he still has not won a championship belt after 12 years of being a professional boxer, which is insane to me, or at least challenged for a belt. I know he's challenged for like those lower type of belts. Like when he fought Anthony Joshua the first time, I believe, correct me if I'm right or wrong, it was for like some type of British level belt, but it wasn't a world level belt. But he hasn't challenged for a world level belt. And right now, obviously, the current champions are AJ and Tyson Fury. So the only way he can become a champion is if he beats one of those guys. Right? The question is, could he beat one of those guys? Now, he beat Anthony Joshua in the amateurs, but he lost to Anthony Joshua in the professional ranks, right? So we already know that Anthony Joshua could beat him. Now, we don't know if Tyson Fury could beat him because Tyson Fury has obviously never fought him. I know they've sparred a lot, and Dllian Whyte has come out and said that he dropped he dropped Tyson Fury a bunch of times, but that's sparring. People get dropped in sparring all the time. David Price knocked down Anthony Joshua in sparring, but is anyone would anyone pick David Price to beat Anthony Joshua if they were to fight in a professional fight? No, right? Nobody would pick that guy to beat him. You know, so so that's why I never like look at sparring as a big deal because that's sparring. That's not a professional fight. I personally have always felt that somebody like Tyson Fury could beat someone like Dllian Whyte because of Dllian Whyte's style and Tyson Fury's style. I think if Tyson Fury were to fight his traditional way, where he's on the move, where he's being the boxer, where he's sticking and moving, I think he would have an easy night's work, in my opinion, against somebody like Dllian Whyte. But I think if he were to fight the way he fought Deontay Wilder in his last fight and be aggressive against Dllian Whyte and try and walk Dllian Whyte down, that's where I see Dllian Whyte having a chance on beating somebody like uh, Tyson Fury, or at least catching him and hurting him. Because Dllian Whyte needs you to be standing in front of him in order for him to inflict damage on you. Dllian Whyte is a big puncher, but he needs you to be standing in front of him. If you look at all his biggest knockouts, they all happen when a guy was standing right in front of him, right? It's difficult for Dllian Whyte when he has somebody who's using his legs. And that's why when he fought Robert Helenius was using his legs. And that fight went the distance. And that fight, Dllian Whyte had to chase Robert Helenius because he was on the move. And I remember like he criticized Robert Helenius for fighting that way, but Dllian Whyte was having issues with Robert Helenius' movement. And when I saw that, I knew that somebody like Tyson Fury would be able to beat someone like Dllian Whyte. Obviously, they would have to fight first, but I personally believe that both Dllian Whyte and Anthony Joshua would be able to beat him. So I think when it comes to Dllian Whyte, I think the only way he is going to become a champion would be if he fought someone that is not Tyson Fury, Dllian Whyte. I mean, that is not Tyson Fury, Anthony Joshua, even Deontay Wilder. Because I was also picking Deontay Wilder to beat him. I think he's going to be one of those guys that he's either going to win a belt by fighting a lesser heavyweight for like a vacant belt, or he's going to be one of those guys who he might not ever become a champion. He might fight Tyson Fury, but he'll lose to him the way he lost to Anthony Joshua. And that's just my opinion.